racking up tens of thousands of dollars in overtime in just a matter of weeks. 9 Investigates uncovers how one leader at the Daytona Beach Fire Department was able to log so many hours. All new at 6, 9 Investigates is asking the Daytona Beach Fire Department how a battalion chief was able to make more than $14,000 in overtime money in 6 weeks. Good evening, I'm Greg Warman.
I'm Martha Sagowski. Documents we obtained show that employee, who is now the deputy fire chief, was in a Monday through Friday position but clocked overtime hours on weekends and during time off. Channel 9 Volusia County reporter Demi Johnson live in Daytona Beach at the fire department. And Demi, the fire chief says this was justified and signed off on.
Martha, he said it was necessary to catch up on a backlog of work that sort of accumulated over time because of an open position here at the fire department. But that still doesn't explain why this employee couldn't get some of that work done during her normal shift. A Daytona Beach Fire payroll report from 2023 shows a former battalion chief, who is now the deputy fire chief, doubled her paycheck during a 6-week period. Jessica Matthews clocked more than 200 hours of overtime between May 27th and July 8th. Her paycheck for that time frame included $14,414 in overtime on top of her regular paycheck. Several of those days show Matthews was on personal leave, but still logged overtime hours, including a 23.5-hour shift on a Saturday. I asked for her schedule during those dates, which show she was in an administrative position and not fighting fires. Her documented reason for the extra time says things like pro development plan, training manual, and air pack manual. I emailed Fire Chief Drew Driscoll to ask what that meant, why it had to happen during overtime hours, and how it was possible to get overtime during personal time off. Driscoll responded saying the hours were dedicated to addressing a significant backlog of work resulting from a previously vacant essential position. The work was signed off on by former Deputy Fire Chief McCormick, who retired in January of last year. Driscoll added the tasks were significant and time-intensive. And I emailed the chief back again to ask why that work had to be done during overtime hours, and if it was so time sensitive, why Matthews was able to take time off during those 6 weeks. I also asked him for an interview to explain. I'm still waiting to hear back. Live in Daytona Beach, Demi Johnson, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.